Okay, here's another video on wind turbine stuff. These are my two Chinese controllers, which are so both of them are actually making power right now. Oops, let's get a focus on that. Finally, so it's pretty reasonable power. The wind today is about 30 kilometers an hour, and it's kind of a little bit gusty. So this one here is the 500 watt, and typically what you can expect during summertime, because you don't have these massive windstorms coming in, power will be pretty low. On a normal summery kind of day, you're going to get maybe 100 to 200 watt out of these, and maybe gusting maybe to 300 or whatever. Yeah, so those are the wind controllers. Yeah, so wind power is just not as constant as solar is. Solar's, when it's sunny especially, obviously, it's going to be pretty steady power, even when there's clouds or whatever. So that's the small turbine. Yeah, it's not doing a lot. I'll probably move it from where it is. It's not in a great position. This one is the one furthest up the mountain. It's still doing steady power. Same for the 500. And solar, so you have a nice steady 242 watts, 62 kilowatts. I think that's about probably 2 months, and it has been pretty sunny for Ireland anyway. What have we got here? So 34 volts on the my 500 array that's coming in. Obviously it's converted down to 13.5 or whatever, and then I have a 12 volt or it's an 18 volt array, and that's 300 watt, that's 500, and they all come into this meter, and that's what I end up with. So it's not that sunny now, and it's kind of evening time, so it's not going to be not that much power. So you might hear this relay clicking on. I added a little temperature thermostat for this fan, because I didn't want it coming on all the time, and it turns on at about 60 degrees Celsius. So it'll when that solid state relay gets hot, and it's a CG relay, so when they get hot, that fan will come on, and it'll nice bit of a heat sink under there, and it's strapped down to the back here. Anyway, that solid state relay that feeds the charge from these guys, lithium iron phosphate ones, over to these pretty good batteries actually. Kind of low capacity compared to this, but it can do serious amps out of these batteries. It's the BMS on it. I have these as well. They're little balance boards. You can see when a charge comes on from the LifePo 4, it lights up. One of the cells is a bit out of balance. I could actually take them all apart and put them all in parallel to balance them out right, but I'm a bit lazy, so not going to do that. So I added this, and this inverter had no breaker whatsoever, so I decided to add one of these just for safety, because it's a little bit dodgy not having one on it, so I put a 250 amp breaker. Now the story with these, they're not 250, they're Chinese AliExpress ones, and I have two of them. They aren't 250, they're about maybe 120 amp. So when you put some, like a serious load on the inverter, like a 3000 watt load, they flick straight away, pretty much straight away. So I have to, maybe what I'll do, I'll put one of these, I'll take one of these guys and put it on a separate breaker, maybe the other one of these that I have, and at least that way it'll be shared in the load through. Now it also depends on the resistance of the cables, but one may take more load than the other cable. Probably this one actually, because it's a stranded thing. This is more solid. And that's it. And that's just running into the house because we have too much power these days from the solar, so we have to use it some way. This you might have seen in the other videos. I love this thing actually, it's great. So you can see there it's charging at 34 watts. So I just have one of these guys. Now that's battery voltage, so it's 13.3. Stick him in there, so he's getting 13 volts. It's obviously converting that into this, which is, I think it's 12.6 roughly charged. Is it 12.6 or, yeah, maybe 12.6, probably 3 in series. That's my other inverter, 2000 watt. It does the job, so it's running off this. So these batteries aren't the greatest for pulling heavy loads from. They do sag a bit. Now, some of them are definitely B grade, and I think maybe the newest ones I got are A grade. They're all Chinese, so you don't know really what you're going to get. I have these. Now the balancer, just like this one, it really comes on as, they're not that good really, but these ones, you can't really see it, maybe I'll show you on this side. So this one is, you can do up to 5 amp apparently, and you will find these on AliExpress as well, so you can see the caps on them. I have it taped up so it doesn't get shorted out on anything. So I have 2 of those, just to kind of deal with my badly balanced batteries. Okay, so let's go outside. So there's going to be a bit of wind, so if you don't want wind noise, please switch off now. Nice and sunny today. Okay, so I changed the blades on this one. Changed that to, they're now 650 millimeters. This one is in a bad position. I'll spin it today. It's in a bad position, and I'm going to move it and do like what I did with the other turbine. There's the nice solar. I secured them to the wall because, well, they blew away a few times, which wasn't great. It's a nice red currant, blueberry, blackcurrant bushes. There's my greenhouse, built it myself. Okay, here we go. This is the 500 again. Let's get up here. Yeah, so it's yeah, so this thing can definitely do 900 watt in a big gust, and yeah, it's pretty good. Now, I really should move it out here somewhere, and that would be a whole lot better. Yeah, it's something I might do one day in the future. It's a bit of work because I'd have to dig a lot of holes up there and put new anchors in. I'm currently using just a big electric pole that was left after that one was put up, brand new one, and it's quite a good anchor because yeah, it's heavy and stuck to the ground now at this stage. So that's where it was. So that's where the cutoff was. Nice turbine. So this, I think this is about 3 years old now. So yeah, it's pretty good. Can't complain. It's still alive anyway, which is the main thing. Okay, so let's go up here and look at what I did. Improvements. Yeah, I don't know how the wind noise is. I don't know. Can you even hear me now? So yeah, so what I did was put in actually steel wire to secure this turbine a little bit better. Now that's pretty nice. And they're on 750mm blades now. So that's about as much as you can put on this turbine. You don't want to put any more because it's going to overspeed, probably smash itself to pieces. Yeah, so under here, this steel wire, I have a big, nice big stone secured that. So now when it's pretty steady. That was the whole stuff I had on it. It's terrible waste of time. That pole is pretty solid now. But having this here, that pole is just all over nearly, so the ground doesn't really hold it. That's where all the strength is. That's really good, that turbine. Done a lot of power, more than both of those. So you'll see as well, that wire shaking. It's just some of these turbines, they're out of balance a little bit, and they will do a little bit of resonance down from the pole down and get stuff like that. So that's it. I just said I'd do another video. Oh, actually, I got this. Cheapest way I can think to get this up. Now, I know it should be higher, but for me it's kind of house level, so I mean that's what I want to see. It's not far away from the turbines mostly there, so you get a reasonable decent kind of accurate reading from it. So it has got your rain gauge, which works accurately. That's your temperature and your humidity sensor in there. Obviously wind direction and wind speed, which is literally way there itself. And also it's got something actually on top. It does have batteries, but it kind of relies on the solar to charge, I guess, a capacitor inside or something like that during the summer months. That should bolt down to there with the kind of U-bolt or whatever. I don't know what the deal is with this focus on this camera. So yeah, that's just a sky dish bracket I used for. This is just an old pole that was here for fence wire one time. So that should do it. That'll hold it anyway. So yeah, as you can see, when we get, so this is south, this is southeast or whatever, so southeast, south, southwest is pretty good wind, apart from on this turbine because the trees actually block it. So that's it. So you can see all 3 turbines going in and which is nice to see, especially when they're making reasonable power. You can use it whatever you want. Okay, that's it. Take care.